James, Tuesday marks quite an important 2 weeks in the Wakefield sporting calendar, really, isn't it, for the future? Tell us a bit about the public inquiry, how it works and how fans can get involved and show their support for the Newmarket Development.
Yeah, the inquiry starts Tuesday the 6th of December, 9 o'clock. The inspector will arrive, and we'd hope that all our fans who are available could book the day off work and get down and show how important this stadium is to us as a city, not just as a club. Obviously we'll be anchor tenants in the stadium, and I think it's the time when you look around the facilities that Wakefield's got that we're really desperately in need of new sporting facilities. Us as a club have actually struggled to find somewhere to train over the winter for the past few years, and more so this year with a new coaching setup. We want different things and have been challenged to find places, and there isn't really anywhere in Wakefield. We're training at 3 different schools, we're training at a community centre, and for professional athletes, although the facilities are first class in terms of what we've got, it's not the ideal of where we'd like to be going forward. But you take that into consideration with all the amateur clubs, football, rugby clubs, netball, you know, whatever it is, whatever sport you're wanting to play in Wakefield, you really do struggle for provision. So this is hugely important for the city that we start to put some processes in place. We've seen a development of a swimming pool in the city centre, but while one is opening, Lightwaves is shutting, so it's public investment, as in council or government investment, has dried up. So when there's a private developer willing to build a stadium with ancillary sports facilities for the community, we all need to support it. And
it's not just Wildcats fans we want, but it's, like we said there, it's the whole of Wakefield, so people can bring work colleagues, friends, family. Like I say, I appreciate it's a Tuesday morning, so people might not be able to get out of work, but the more people that can join us on the steps of the town hall and show how much it means to the city, the better, really, isn't it?
It is. It's 2,500 jobs as well. You know, we see government statistics at the moment saying that the unemployment is as high as it's been since the 1980s. Well, if we can create 2,500 jobs once the development's finished, but also during that jobs, there's some construction jobs, and bringing industry and bringing business to Wakefield is a massive part of this as well. And yes, it's on some land that other people have said it shouldn't be developed on, but this is a pit site. This is somewhere in Wakefield that's bang next to the M62. It's got fantastic access. It's got access from the city from whichever side you come. It's a really good site for new development and new jobs, and we obviously are supporting it for the stadium, but I would ask anybody who's interested in health, in raising awareness, in raising people's aspirations, because with sport and with success in sport and opportunities comes a better standard of living and a better way of life. So it's not just about rugby league, and it's not just about Wakefield Trinity Wildcats. It is about the city having an identity. You look at places that you drive past, like Bolton Wanderers, you drive past, you see the stadium. No one would ever think of Bolton when you drive through that motorway, but when you see the stadium, you know that's got an identity. And every stadium that's been built across the country has then had a legacy of improved performance and improved thoughts about sport and about each other in the city.
And anyone who's at the public meeting on Tuesday would have seen Director of Education Mark Winder speaking very passionately about the work the club does within the community and how this stadium with the new stadium can carry that on and ensure that carries on, like you say, for a legacy for Wakefield.
For us as a community trust and the work we do, we're very limited. We've just had some stats back that have said that some of the actual at centre, as in at the stadium provision that we do, sort of 300 people a week taking part in our dance programmes. We've got 400 people a week taking part in our educational programmes throughout, but the problem is that's as much as we can ever do, because we can't grow any bigger while we're here at the Rapid Solicitor Stadium. A new stadium with new facilities and bigger areas, we can educate more, we can inspire more people, we can give people more health awareness, we can actually reach out to more, but also raise their profile, raise the thoughts of these young people, and sort of, of any age, with our touch rugby programmes, which would take place in the shadow of a newly built stadium, and they can aspire to be in there and watch that. And there's not a negative about this. There's not one negative, but the negative that is that if this doesn't come off, if this inquiry goes the wrong way, then we as a club face a very, very difficult battle to stay in Super League, and if we're not in Super League, we will not attract the funding to be able to do the community objectives and fulfil the community desire that there is in terms of delivering to 60,000 families, which we did in 2011. And if that's to continue and grow, we need to be a part of the elite sport, and being a part-time club in a part-time division just doesn't deliver that. So this stadium is really important to all parts of that mechanism, and yeah, I would urge everybody to bring as many people as they can to show how important it is.
Some other good news for the club this week was the link up with Northampton, who are going to join Championship 1 in 2013. How will Wakefield's involvement with that work?
It's us giving somebody else an opportunity. I think we as a club have shown a growth in attendance on the back of not great success on the pitch, and we've been quite unique in the way we've tried to attract people, and we have to go out and get people and bring them to the club, whereas other clubs in the past have play well and it attracts them because they've got a new stadium. Well, we have to fight for everything we've got at Wakefield, and that best practice, that will to work, that community trust that we've set up, and all those things, a new club it needs. So if we can help them and be a partner of them, and they've got us to sort of talk to and go back to and set their foundations right, then they can prosper. But also, when setting up a new club, there's got to be a pathway for the elite player. Somebody has the choice in a place like Northampton, choice between playing rugby league or rugby union. If they choose to play rugby league, well, if their aspiration is only to play in Championship 1 with Northampton, then that becomes very difficult. But if there's a pathway through Northampton to play Super League with Wakefield, then that means that person might get on that path, and we're going to generate a richer pool of talent for the Wildcats and for Northampton, and we can, their success can be shared by ours, and it attracts more people to the game.
Back on the public inquiry on Tuesday, while people might think their presence at the town hall steps won't make that big difference on Tuesday, what we're saying to them is it shows how much it means to the city, and if they can in any sort of shape or form get down on Tuesday and be part of it, because it's a very important day and a very important 2 weeks.
It's huge. It is, the magnitude of showing your support, because the inspectors come in to see if this city needs a stadium, and that person's got to make a decision whether or not all the processes, the enabling development, the reasons that we want it, the community benefits that come from it, the community benefits that come from having a club in Super League. Why is that so important? Well, the only way for that person to feel that straight away as soon as they come into the city, as they drive in and park up and walk into the town hall, is to see how much it means to people. And if we can do anything, if a Wakefield supporter or somebody who's proud of their city and proud to be a person who was born and brought up in Wakefield wants to do something and be a part of something, then the 6th of December is the time to do it, because if they've been a part of the journey, they can then feel proud that if the inquiry goes our way and everything gets built, which it's then a really bright future for sport in Wakefield, and more importantly for us, for Wakefield Trinity Wildcats.